Cannabis investors eye Uruguay in push for global weed exports. Almost 6 years after the South American country of 3.4 million people legalized cannabis, investors are betting Uruguay can become an export hub for medical marijuana as the industry expands around the world. Silver Peak Life Sciences Uruguay Inc., one of the largest companies in the country's nascent medical marijuana industry, is in talks with investment bankers to raise $35 million this year to quadruple production and build a larger extraction lab in 2020, according to Chief Executive Officer and U.S. cannabis investor Jordan Lewis. Cannabis investors have poured money into the US and Canada, seeking to take advantage as easing marijuana regulations create a massive legal market for a drug that was demonized for decades. Meanwhile, Silver Peak's wholly owned Uruguayan subsidiary, Fatmer Corporation S.A., has asked Cannabis Regulatory Agency IRCA to increase its annual production permit to 400 tons of cannabis flowers, he said. The company will need to raise about $150 million next year, possibly from public capital markets or a strategic alliance with a larger corporation if demand for cannabis products warrants increasing flower production to that level, according to Lewis. Silver Peak and rival ICC Labs, bought last year for $217 million by Aurora Cannabis, one of Canada's most valuable cannabis companies, are among a handful of companies that have put money into Uruguay, investing in greenhouses and extraction labs with a goal of supplying medical cannabis to Latin America, Europe, and Canada. This year could mark Uruguay, nestled between Brazil and Argentina, has yet to see the significant investments that have boosted the cannabis industry in the US and Canada, despite becoming the first nation to legalize weed in 2013. IRCA has approved. The pace of investment might change as big North American cannabis producers start to consider Uruguay as a destination, Lewis said. Uruguay could become, as soon as next year, it could be a $100 million plus industry based on our projections alone, and when you factor in some of the other companies, Lewis said in an interview at Fatmer's office near Montevideo. Lewis, who is also an investor in a Colorado cannabis business, founded British Columbia-based Silver Peak with a group of local investors shortly after making an unsuccessful bid for a recreational pot license in Uruguay in 2015. Fatmer built 8. Silver Peak's estimated harvest of 6 tons this year could generate as much as $40 million in revenue if Fatmer obtains permits to ship cannabis flowers and small quantities of CBD and THC extracts to Australia, Canada, the UK, and Germany, Lewis said. For more articles like this, please visit us at Copyright 2019 Bloomberg LP.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.